Hey guys, Eli here, and a couple of weeks ago I released a video titled Dave Ramsey Says Sell Your Gold and Silver Now. If you want to watch that video, you can find it right here. Or is it here? But on today's video, I'm going to be talking about another video found by Dave Ramsey titled Inflation is Around the Corner. Is Gold the Answer? And he goes into details explaining why he doesn't believe that gold is the answer. And let's start now. So if this is your first time watching and you like to talk about personal finances and mindset, make sure you start now by hitting the subscribe button, leaving a thumbs up, and also comment down on this video. And don't forget to hit that notification icon so you guys get future notifications of my future videos. And while you're at it, make sure you guys check down in the description below for some awesome free resources. And if you guys want to keep this conversation going, make sure you guys join the Urban Wealth Creation Discord and communicate with me there. So let's watch the video and I'll give some of my thoughts as the video goes along.
Well, I'm a laid-off oil worker, Dave, and thanks to your teachings, I am debt-free, and I'm able to navigate this downturn. My question, Dave, is as a fiscal conservative, I'm a little bit concerned. With the money supply increasing by $3 trillion in 1 year, the printing press is churning, and the Federal Reserve is manipulating markets by even buying junk bonds. We've got double-digit unemployment, and we have a president who is calling for negative rates, and who, politics aside, is objectively a fan of debt and bankruptcy. So with that said, my question to you, sir, is where do you see inflation going if they continue to this printing? And what do you say to people like Ray Dalio who say gold should occupy a place in the portfolio as a hedge against inflation? That's my question.
Now, that's a very solid question. If we're going to continuously print money, we're going to continuously devalue the money we already have in circulation. So theoretically speaking, the amount of money that it takes to buy gold now, if inflation comes in, it should take more money to buy gold and silver in the future. So gold prices should adjust. But let's just see what Dave Ramsey has to say.
Well, you've been listening to me for a while, so you know I'm not going to tell you to buy gold.
Yes, sir.
And that you knew that before you called. And I don't know Ray, and I don't know what his teachings are, but I don't buy gold, and I don't recommend people buy gold. And we can talk through why. Let's pretend for a second that hyperinflation occurred. Okay, that your worst fears with your scenario occur. Okay, and we go back to the Carter administration, and we had 10 and 12% inflation a year, which we haven't really seen since then. But let's say that happens due to the oversupply of money and these $3 trillion bailouts, and that's what you're worried about. And I agree with you that what they've been doing up there is unwise, for sure. I don't think it's going to take us to the same place you think it's going to take us to, but let's just pretend it did, that it takes us to a real heavy inflation rate. There is no promise that gold follows that on an inverse relationship, meaning there is no promise that the value of gold goes up as the value of the dollar goes down, because they are not tied together in any way. There is no index. We do not operate on the gold standard anymore.
Now, there's some truth to what Dave Ramsey is saying here. If a lot of people are afraid, they're going to pour into gold because of the thought of gold being a safe haven. And that can cause the price of gold and silver to go up. But my thing is saying that is not connected. It goes back to what I said before. If it takes money to buy gold and silver, if the money's devalued, which means in the future, it should take more money to buy gold and silver. So the prices should adjust. And theoretically speaking, it is connected.
And so gold goes up like all commodities: oil, gold, silver, agricultural products like wheat. These are all, they go up based on a perceived shortage, or they go down based on a perceived oversupply. When there is a shortage of gold is when people are greedy and they think that they're going to make a bunch of money on gold, so they rush gold or anything else. And when there is or when they're afraid. And so like during coronavirus, gold went up. Stock market went down. People are afraid because they have an emotional attachment to gold that they don't have to the other commodities, that makes them think that gold is a safe place. It is not. It's not safe. It is a golden colored rock. It has no intrinsic value, except the fact that two different people are fighting over it. And that's the only thing that gives it value. The same exact thing that gives a green piece of paper with the president's face on it value. It has no intrinsic value. It's a green piece of paper.
Now that right there is a bit off for me. Saying that gold and silver only has value because people want it, just like how the dollar only has value because people want it. Although that may be true for the dollar, when it comes to gold and silver, a lot of people are using it, whether it be in their phones, their cars, their computers. A lot of technology depends on the use of gold. So saying that the only value that the precious metal have is the fact that people is willing to fight for it is just really untrue. Gold is a commodity. It's not just for people just stacking it up. It's used in a lot of industries, medical field and technology. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is a green paper with a president face on it a commodity? So gold is a commodity, and you back that with the fact of a lot of people want it. And if you add the fact that it's been around for 5,000 years and it still stands strong, I mean, can the green paper with the president face on it say that? I think not.
And so in the event that that an economy collapses, we do not automatically rush out with bars of gold to the quick sack and fill up our car. It's not how it works. The first thing that happens in a completely collapsed economy is it returns to a barter economy. And I can show you examples of that. Take, for instance, New Orleans after Katrina. That is a microcosm, a small economy. It completely collapsed. And there was a period of weeks that you really couldn't trade a bar of gold for anything but a pair of blue jeans or a can of gasoline. You could trade, or a bottled water, you could trade for almost anything. And it became just basically a barter, oftentimes a black market barter economy.
I agree with this 100%. If an SHTF situation were to happen or a pandemic were to happen, the first thing that would happen is we would go to a bartering system. I 100% agree with that. And I said it 100 times on this channel. You cannot eat gold and you cannot eat silver. So if a huge emergency happens, you rather have canned goods, bullets, and all the extra stuff that you need to survive, especially water. See, I like to see gold and silver as an insurance policy. Now, thinking it that way, if I am in a car accident and I have insurance, the first thing that's on my mind after that car accident is not, oh my gosh, how much more money will my insurance pay me for this? No, the first thought on my mind is, oh, am I safe? Am I hurt? Is everything okay? Good.
For instance, I have on my shelf, a Green Beret brought me back a handful of paper money with a picture on it of Saddam Hussein, the former government of Iraq. And obviously, that paper money has zero value except as a souvenir.
So my final thoughts on what he just said is, if you have money right now and it's no longer accepted, then what? But if you really think about it, let's say you have gold and silver right now and cash is no longer accepted, or whatever currency you have is just not, is done with. What happens to the gold and silver you still have, and you can exchange that for any currency around the world? And that's just my thoughts. I'm not a financial advisor, but I want to know what you guys think. Comment down below. Let me know. But that's pretty much all I got for you guys right now. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed this content. And also hit that subscribe and hit that notification icon so you guys get future notifications of my future videos. Yes, this video is over, but the conversation does not have to be. Make sure you guys join the Urban Wealth Creation Discord and chat with me there.